to them. And I recommend that if anybody really takes poker up seriously and they want to get better at poker, they're going to have to play with people that are better than them. That's how you learn.
In this group, you could probably safely say he is the guy everybody's shooting at.
And what a tremendous experience for Masaki Kagawa. I mean, what other competition can an enthusiastic amateur just show up, hey, you know what? I want to play against Kobe Bryant. I want to take batting practice off of Randy Johnson. You know, and these are the all-stars of the game, and this man is holding his own with them.
Kagawa with a king-queen suited, raises to 2,000. Antonius, ace-10 suited, calls. Kagawa's in the toy shop of life with a credit card to buy whatever he wants.
And these fellows are happy to oblige.
Exactly. Ivy also calls, 3 to the flop. Pair of queens and a 5. It's Kagawa.
It gets better and better for that man. And he just checks. He's slow playing that big hand. Antonius, without a flush draw, checks behind him. Oh, man.
Now, this should be interesting.
Well, yeah, not only did Kagawa make a full house, Antonius has pulled up a royal flush draw. And Kagawa continues to slow play his big hand. Antonius bets into him.
4,000. Kagawa being deliberate. Just calls. And a 4 on the river.
He was slow on the flop, slow on the turn, and now on the river. He continues to slow play it.
Wow.
Oh, and Antonius doesn't bite.
Nonetheless, another impressive win for Masa Kagawa.
Notched you.
A little commentary from the gallery there. Well, Antonius did not take the bait. He lost the hand, but could have been a lot worse. As to Kagawa, he's rolling. We're coming back. We welcome you back to the FullTiltPoker.net Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational. Alongside poker author Michael Koenig, I'm Barry Tompkins. And Mike, new player at the table now, Australia's own Billy Argyros.
And Billy's been around the circuit for many years, very well known down under.
Well, the game of poker is certainly full of characters, and this guy right here, one of Australia's most colorful characters.
My name is Billy Crocodile Argyros, the croc, or the crocodile. Crocodile normally is an animal which sits and waits, and all of a sudden, grab. So that's my job. Sit there, wait, grab. I'm going to take a chunk of your chips. You put some chips in that pot, they might be fine. Next time, whoop, the crocodiles grab those chips, baby. And once the crocodile gets chips, he doesn't release them very easily. I have a crystal croc, which I put on my cards. I have another croc, which is just like on a surfboard. I've got another croc which comes out in boxing gloves. I love collecting crocodile stuff. I end up getting T-shirts made. I must have about 20 to 25 T-shirts of crocodiles. I try to wear a different one every day. I've got one message for everyone, and this is it. You'll see them razzle dazzle and give the regular players the old 1-2. But tell me, baby, answer me this question. What you gonna do when this crocodile runs all over you? It's showtime.
Every now and then, life's a croc.
Well, although Billy has played a lot of poker, I don't think that hat is going to intimidate anybody at this table.
Not an off-the-rack object, is it? Meantime, this guy has just been steadfast. King 10. He'll call. A Queen 10 now for Antonius. He too will call. As will Lissandro with a Queen 9. Ivy, a King 5, will raise it up to 4,000. And Lindgren calls. Kagawa also calls. Antonius will fold that hand, as will Lissandro. So 3 players will take it to the flop. Lindgren, slight edge here. 10-9 tray on the flop. Kagawa just keeps on catching them.
Yeah, they've got an expression, running good. Not running well, running good. And Kagawa is running good.
Yeah, he is. 10,000 to bet from Phil Ivey. And that does get at least one player out, but it's not going to get Kagawa, especially not going to get him now.
And that's a terrible card for Phil Ivey. He was bluffing on the flop, but now he has made top pair. And what turned from a bluff is now he thinks a value bet.
25,000 is his bet off of Kagawa's check.
And when you have a 0% chance to win, there is no value.
Yeah, those are not good odds. Even I know that.
Kagawa is taking his time here.
Needs.
He's going to raise to 50,000.
And that's a very curious, what we call double raise. It's the minimum raise. And that normally means one of two things. Either a guy is trying to buy himself a very cheap draw, or he has a very big hand that he's trying to get additional value for. Phil Ivey is going to have to try to figure out what's really going on here. And one of the problems for Ivey is that he really hasn't played that much poker with Kagawa. He's going to call with no chance of winning.
134,500 in the pot, and it's an ace. And another check from Kagawa.
And I'm not really sure Kagawa is trying to trap here, Barry. I think he just wants to show this hand down. I think he figures, look, anything I bet, if I get called, the only thing that calls me is a hand that beats me. I'd be surprised, though, if Ivey didn't take a shot here. I mean, the word check to Ivey is like an invitation to steal.
So Kagawa just stares across the table.
Oh, and Ivey checks as well. He saves some money there, and Kagawa again wins a giant pot.
Nice hand, Massa.
Thanks.
Commentary from the Croc. Very good hand, though, from Massa. And that's getting redundant. He's had a whole lot of good hands.
Anyone cracking jokes, or we just quiet as a church mouse, is he?
Well, I think it's the latter right now, particularly for Phil Ivey, as Masa Kagawa is now up 154,200 Australian dollars. Phil Ivey seems to be having a bit of a rough spell right now, but it's nothing compared to Mike Matisow's ride in session one, where he lost $100,000 in less than 20 hands. He tried to make a move against David Benjamin and lost over 50K, and then he called Jeff Lissandros all in with a pair of jacks.
I was so sure I had the most now.
But the jacks didn't hold. He threw in his last 25,000 and was called by Masa Kagawa, who made his flush on the river and sent the mouth to the rail.
Matisow's visit was like a De La Hoya left hook, quick and painful.
Who runs worse than me, dude? Well, I never win a pot in poker, man.
When Mike got knocked out, did he change his T-shirt to on tilt?
No, he just walked away quietly,
Quietly?
like a gentleman.
No one even noticed when he was gone.
He was pretty quiet when he was here.
He was a true gentleman.
Someone told me it was the replay of the charging of the bulls in Spain.
Little editorial comments on Mike Matisow. He is one of a kind. I say that to a guy wearing a crocodile on his head.
Little suit of connectors here.
2,000.
Welcome to the game.